It's very hot. So, the, because it's very hot, I want to stay in the room with aircon. So, let's move away a bit further. All right. He just in. Okay, we're going to talk about today's lesson. If you think I can hear my echo, please, sorry about that. Okay, so today is the fourth lesson or fifth lesson. Give me a minute, I will also play one, two, three, four. Fourth lesson, yes. Okay, the fourth lesson. Okay, can see all of you now better. All right, so we're going to talk more about the last topics of cybersecurity. Then we're going to cover more about the usefulness skills and then the questions here that we're going to deal. I think I expect you all to give me the answer for question A and B later if we got time. We'll do A and B and submit your answer. Okay, wait, give a minute. All right. So we're going to talk about this chapter first and then we go off to the rest of the topics. Okay, let's talk about this one, cybersecurity. Okay, can I have a Xing Yuan? Okay, Xing Yuan is there. Okay. Can I have Bohan? What do you think about this diagram here? Can I do this? Is it better, bigger? Yes, Bohan. Out of these, remember last week, I think we talked about this. Which one do you think, in your opinions, is more important? Did we mention that? No, right?
No.
Okay, so which one do you think is more important to you? As I mentioned, I did mention that the which one is it? The failures of the where which one is it? I can't remember. Give me a minute, upon I remember I said something. I think I mentioned about failures of national governance is more serious. Or is it the state of collapse? I think it's two. Okay. Okay. So I say state of collapse or crisis are more serious, if I'm not mistaken. I mentioned I did explain all of them here. So in case there is this extract one, two, or three that talk about this cybersecurity in your exam or in your prelim, you have to compare which one is more serious. So out of eight of them here, failures of the national governance and the state's collapse or crisis are more serious than the rest because if you can't take care of the internal security and internal peace and internal stability, it will cause harm eventually that in the country you will be 四分五裂 that's not very healthy, not very meaningful because at the end of the day the people outside your country will be waiting to come in. A very simple example is like Singapore during World War II, right? You see, they all depends on the Western power, the British soldiers. Of course, we have volunteer, but unfortunately, the volunteers' weaponries arsenals are not as good as the Japanese. The same go to China at that time because of China's the warlords, and then the Kuomintang and Gongchantan, all these. Until when the Japanese came into China, they decided to collaborate with each other and fight against a common enemy. So this is what I feel that states of collapse and crisis is the reason that caused the failures. Okay, so yep. Okay, so what else do we have? All right, so Bohan, which one do you think is more important or more serious to you?
State collapse or crisis.
Okay, why? So you use the write down, so then how? So state collapse or crisis is the most important and critical. Then,
And because without the state, the other preventive measure of security will also be no use.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's all. Do you think it's good now if you write this answer in your SRQ? One more time.
No.
What do you mean by no? Sorry.
Mean like not good.
No good 哦。说你怎么
No
写？
good.
用华文讲，为什么国家的政策，国家的所谓他们讲国泰平安的内讧是很重要。为什么你觉得如果一个政府的政策还是危机不能搞好的话，整个国家就会四分五裂？那我们怎么样去解决这个问题呢？不要忘记啊，如果你们要去 A level 的话，他们会 come up with this kind of questions 哦。说你现在不要随机应变，不用紧，不用怕答非所问。我感觉你答非所问点，不要回答问题啊。你答非所问还可能有一两分，你不要回答根本都是鸡蛋啊。所以不要怕哦，never don't feel bad not to give your answer. I don't care what the F your teacher say in school. You say, hey, Bohan, you give stupid answer. Just shut up and sit down and just listen to me. No, no question is a stupid question, and no answer is a stupid answer. I would feel that a student will be very stupid if you don't give questions and answer. You are here to learn. You are here to make mistake. You are here to fail. You are here to let people laugh at you. Never mind. Okay, a lot of scientists, famous people were being laughed at. And yesterday, the past few days, I've been crying like nobody business, Bohan. Why? Because recently my Tottenham Hotspur won the 17 years of the Europa Champions League. Everyone is mocking the player, the coaches, and 难如登天 to get the cup, all these things. On Thursday morning, I woke up and went in the toilet and saw it. The thing is called determination. So 不要怕, okay? Let's go. 你想一下先，博翰，你想一下先啊。Okay, so Nicole, which one do you think is more serious to you? So then how? Thinking, still thinking. You don't take too long in your exam to think, huh? Yijia, which one do you think is more serious? It's also good for you to practice your oral, 对吗，博翰? Right, it's also good for you to practice your oral. So Uncle Raymond can 跟你纠正一下, okay? 贴错一下. Sorry, I'm not feeling very good. I don't know what's wrong with my stomach. In case I need to stop for a while and go to the toilet, please pardon me. I just took some medicine. Yes, Yiqia, 在想啊. How about Antenna? Adina?
Interstate conflicts.
为什么呢?
I think interstate conflicts is the most important, as if there were interstate conflict in the country will be in shambles. People will argue and they will be angry and panicked. Thus, they wouldn't listen to any government official, police, or any public safety people, as they will be blinded by their own feelings. So I believe that interstate conflict is the most important, because if it were to occur, people wouldn't oblige or listen to government officials, making it as if there's like no governance at all, leading to a dystopian state.
无法无天是吗？好像say, shut up, I do my way free. Yeah, yeah. It happened before in United States that the interstate not is interstate here we are referring to the United States within the state itself, and also in Malaysia also interstate, and of course in China also. But here the interstate referring to maybe from country to country. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. So you feel that it's more serious. How about Xian?
I think the failure of national governments will cause cyber attacks because
Whoa, wow.
because if the government keep on letting the citizens down, the citizens will definitely be like will hate this government and will do anything to overthrow this government. Therefore, cyber attack is like one of the uh things they will use to overthrow the government. So that's why.
Very good. Well said. Well said. So I would like to summarize what you say, to make sure I pay attention to what you say. So actually, cyber attacks is a reason that cause the national government to fail because that is the part right now. That is the part where you can really test the government's internal security right now, and as well as the external security. That is the part when you see whether the internal securities, the cyber security is very robust. 听过这个字吗，博翰？robust。OK，ROBUST 就是很坚固，OK，就是说，所谓不会打倒，very robust，very strong，that means 刀枪不入那种感觉啊。就是说这个 system 这个系统就是说没有差错，很难呐、不可能的事情了，博翰。天下没有100%的了，but at least 他的意思是说，心也是说，尽量可以避免有一个 cyber attack。如果直接 cyber attack 在一个国家，那就是证明这个国家的系统政府呢就是很烂。That means it's not very useful, not powerful, and not able to take care. If this kind of software you cannot take care，不要讲说怎么 take care 那个 physical 对吗？就是国家的保安的那个系统。Oh, very good. Thank you very much. Back to you, Nico.
Data frauds or theft.
Oh, okay. Why? So you're talking about scam. It's true. I just received from my police news they lost about 5 million to the scammer. Oh my God. Carry on.
Because like there's like a rising number of scams, like
Mm,
especially digital scams, and a lot of people are falling for it.
mm. Yeah, then.
Like this will cause like a lot of people to lose their money.
Okay. And we see when your citizens are losing a lot of money outflow, meaning that it will affect the economy productivities because of the currency. Okay. What else? Sorry, Nicole, am I recording? Yes, am I recording, guys? Antenna? Yeah, okay. So Nicole, anything else?
No.
No. How about Pohan? Back to you. 一家 will be last, 每个人都要讲哦。So that I want to see how deep you understand. Or before 你讲的时候，你有 one more things to add for data fraud or tab is that make sure put there the government should educate the public. Please write down. The government should educate the public. Meanings they are supposed to get volunteer and including us as police officer to go down to talk about anti-scam. Right now, the anti-scam this seminar workshop. Oh, by the way, talking about that, Nico, next Sunday there will be no classes because Uncle Raymond's involved in the SG Secure at North Point for the next 2 days, Saturday and Sunday from 4:30 to 9:30 p.m. Therefore, next Sunday, 1st of June, it will be postponed to the 3rd of June, Tuesday night. Okay, Tuesday night. Anyway, it's a school holiday. Okay, so Tuesday night, 3rd of June. Okay. So Sunday don't have classes. So yes, so that's one thing that we need to prevent this is to get a seminar workshop and a public awareness through what they call public awareness in terms of public educations and publicity and also go around to spread the news of how scammer get into your account. And the best part is that we have a regular road show to go around and tell people, or even sometimes we have to go door to door and knock and tell them, hey, do you know, no, we got this scamming thing. Sometimes because some people don't go out very often. Okay, so this is one way. Thank you, Bohan.
I think the state collapse crisis is the most serious one because it implies the complete breakdown of a country's functioning systems, which is the government, economy, law enforcement, and other things. And it has cascading effects as it can trigger many of the other risks shown in the diagram, such as the failure of critical infrastructure and the terrorist attacks. And
I
it
read,
will
sorry, carry on.
it will also affect the millions of lives directly through those violence, poverties, and lack of essential services.
The last part I can't hear you so clearly. Sorry. The what?
It
What
will
thing?
affect millions of lives directly through violence, poverty, and lack of essential services.
Oh, essential services. I like the way you use the word cascading effect. Okay, the word cascading effect 就是说 domino effect，咚咚咚咚咚咚咚，就是一波未起一波来的意思。对，it's very true. The cascading effect is so important and so serious and so critical. If you do not manage properly, okay, not only have a ripple effects, but also it will also affect the entire infrastructures, meaning that people can break into right now, can break into the bank account, the National Reserve, the top national security like the SAF, the Singapore Police Force, the SCDFs, even to the national data, or worse still, it might even manipulate and control our CPF money. Okay, it's so serious. Well said. Thank you very much, Mohan. Cascading effect. Ooh, solid. Yijia, I can't hear you. I think you have did not unmute. Oh, sorry, Yijia.
Um,
Which one is more serious to you or important?
terrorist attacks.
Yes, please explain.
Because it possesses threat to human lives, like cyber attacks linked to terrorism are like very dangerous because they can directly endanger humans' lives. And also like terrorists can use cyber attacks to hack into air traffic controls or like transportation systems and also spread propaganda, which is like and this is like very hard to predict and also prevent because it's like very difficult to trace.
I think for once, so many weeks, today, I never asked you to repeat what you say, because I'm using another laptop. And your voice is damn freaking super clear and good. Propaganda effects, attacks. Wow, very clear as crystal, as clear as crystal. And I totally agree, Itia, that the terrorist attack is not only detrimental and destroying and also devastating, because this terrorist attack remind me of 9/11 during the attack of the Twin Tower in USA in 2011, September 11. And that particular terrorist attacks really leads to a lot of things like I didn't know until when I attend a course, they say that how to make a bomb. If you continue to type how to make a bomb in your website or in the Google chat, sooner or later there will be someone knocking on your door and asking you something really. So you see the trapping of IP. And now recently also got a few, you're right, recently got a few Malay youth, they go and Google and search how to help the Syria, no, the Hamas in the Syria war at that time to become a holy warrior to represent the Islamic world to fight against the Israel. And because of that, my fellow colleagues in the police force was able to nip the bug and arrest that person, not say arrest, to contain the person and prevent him from the doing for the going for the war. 一家 you realize 我很少讲话吞吞吐吐 very like ups and downs, very not confidence because it's a very very sensitive issue. As you bring out this terrorist attack, first thing 一家 you agree now. When I talk about terrorist attack, your first impression is must be the Malay, must be the Muslim, very racist 不是这样的，是 very common 的。因为他们会这样，因为他们对待他们的 religion 很重视 which I really respect them. And true and behold is that they really have the rights to protect their religions because it has been thousands of years, about 4,000 plus years from that when Muhammad, the Messiah, passed them, not Messiah, the messengers get the message from Allah. So you are right that the terrorist is the one who can instigate and involve and intervenes, penetrates the brains and get people to attack because of few things: religions, the rights, the freedoms, the cause of the liberty of a country, states. For example, the Hamas, they feel that they should have independent countries. And all this, you realize they are using cyber attacks. All this, you know that 10, 20 years ago, 10 to 20 years ago, is no cyber attacks. It's all about how bad it is through physical attack. Okay, so thank you. So well done, guys. So let's move on to the next slide. Okay, are you able to see the next slide? Okay, good. So this is the ones I'm not sure to tell you about this. Did I go through this slide now, Athena? No, right? Okay, I think that one's the previous last year class. So looking at this, the most like human factors. Can I start from human factors first? As what we talk about this, human factors, risk management and governments, privacies and online rights and laws and regulations, and what Bohan has mentioned. This part here and the security operation incidents management forensic 就是法医的东西 to check on what's happening after the bomb threat being blast or even attack on things like cyber security leak, adversarial behaviors and malwares and attack and technologies. Now all these are really the outer sides to cover the problems why cyber security is so important to protect. Look at here, operating system and virtualization of securities. That means that operating system, just like your laptop now, you got Windows, Windows XT, right? And some of the operating system. It's just like your house, if you have electronic gadgets to run your house, then you know that it is important that these machines or this battery has to fully charge. And if we are talking about in the school, your fire alarm, you also must test out the alarm. That's why they got this fire drill to test out the alarm. And then you know every first day of the month in Singapore, there will be this siren playing nice music to ensure that during wartime, this speaker can play the music and to keep aware of the citizen that there's an attack coming in, so everyone go and hide. Okay, so you realize this okay, just a quick one. This one is a bit more dry in details, but all in all, you can see the hardware. You see where's the mic. Let me see. First time using. And can I see the moving? Okay, my mouse. So you can see here the hardware here, and then the software here. This side, these two. Okay, so these are all the linkings that you must have all these integrated to and functions the protection. You see the outside here, humans and attacks defense. You realize it's outside. So the outer circles itself is actually protecting the inner circle. It may not related to your SRQ or SPQ, but it's good to understand how it works because eventually when you write your SPQ or SRQ now in O level or even in your A level or even in your poly, you know there's they call a layer of protections and security. Write down, please. Layer of protection and security and the protocol of how prevent it, like stages 1, 2. Just like you play game, you got stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and the final stage. Okay, so that you're able to manipulate and maneuver it. Okay, nothing else but just to tell you how it works. Okay. So you see, every years or every few years, they will do have this talk, global security and safe. So sometimes you won't be surprised to see a source-based question coming up like that to prove that there is such a security talk, there is such a security conference, there is such a security workshop or seminar. So this is to tell you, to give you the general knowledge that whatever you're learning is contextual, but at the same time, it's also appear in the real life of this general knowledge itself, okay? So here, what are the different types of security in challenges we are facing in the 21st century? So looking at here, okay, there are many types of securities. Some of them are talking about mentors, self-improvements, independence, living expenses, housing, education, saving, jobs. These are all talking about security, no more about cyber security. So what policy can give enough leave to meet his needs? Okay, so this is something that we're going to talk about this next few couple of minutes. Every country sees the importance of safeguarding its national security in the face of internal and external challenges. These challenges include economical, political, environmental, and family, jobs, education, housing, healthcare, and other challenges. Now, if you ask me which one from the moment economy all the way to healthcare, I think I used to think that um, family is very important. But after the COVID-19, I feel that health is even more important. You can have a strong family bond, a very strong political, a very strong economy to give, the what do you call, the resilient package during COVID-19, where the government give money to pay renters, to give us to go through the difficult times, and then even education, we can use the what you call the PLD, the home-based learning, SLS. And then the housing, people cannot afford to pay because 没有人去做工，工作没有了，还有 subsidize 这些 all are important. But at the end of the day, if you do not take care of your health, no matter the government give you anything from economic, political, environment, family, jobs, education, and housing, 根本都是没有用. Because if you don't go for your vaccination and you don't take care of your health, the security itself is zero. Do you agree not, Adina? Do you agree not, Yijia, Nicole, Xingyuan, and Bohan? 就是所谓我们没有一个健康的身体，就算无论如何都没有用啊。你看啊，秦始皇要死的时候啊，他都要找一个长生不老，他打遍天下，把中国统治一国。Alexander the Great, when he died that time, he was telling his general to take out his hand out before he died, saying, "No matter how good it is, 你来的时候是空，去的时候也是空。" And then when they asked the person to carry his dead body to the grave, he asked the doctor to carry, to show that no matter how best a doctor is, you still cannot prevent a person to die. You have the best doctors, even you got 华佗 or whatever, unless 你有长生不老的药. If not, the best doctor also cannot cure you. So this is a very true. Healthcare is the most important, which I definitely feel is true. So what are my thoughts? My thought is healthcare. How can you help? I can help by, okay, there are questions asking like that in source-based question, no, structure response questions. So how can you help as an individual? Keep yourself right now, keep yourself fit, healthy, eat well. It means, sorry, one more time. Keep yourself fit and good diet. We call it a proper diet, or balanced diet. Sleep well. And the last one is ridiculous, Nico. I think you agree with me. Is keep yourself stress-free. Bullshit, Nico. Bohan, bullshit. Keep yourself stress-free is bullshit. The doctor every time can tell you no stress. Sometimes I want to ask the doctor and then 医生你不会 stress 吗？没办法啊，好像我做老师的，我都跟你讲，你一定要读书，要好好看书啊，不要整天玩电脑，要做功课这些。This is a natural things. But at the end of the day, where can you help? When can you help? It's all up to you. How you maintain and monitor right now. Maintain and monitor and manage your healthcare. Maintain and monitor and manage your healthcare. So why must you help? Yeah, I need to help because I want to have the continuity to live a better life. I want my life to be more successful. I want my life to be as much as I can stress-free, but I know it's not possible. But nevertheless, one person cannot do a job. So who can you help? This is very important. Your family, the community, the government. So why I need to mention this in this last chapter is because there are people who are like special needs or disabled person. Now recently I set up bazaar. So got this Jojo Mama. Jojo Mama is actually a social um welfare or social enterprise where they help those disabled like autistic, pathlight kids and disabled to sell their handicraft products. The same goes to all of us when we are dealing our life like this chapter like that, whether it's about we are talking about security, not cyber security. The word security means that we are able to handle our life well in terms that we have remember the Maslow theory, the 5 basic needs. Once you get able to meet your 5 basic needs, you know who you can help or who can help you. So you see, today you are sitting here, who help you? Your parents lah, of course, who pay for all your expenses and make sure that you become the leader. But after that, when you grow older, you're able to manage and motivate and mature enough to handle your own health and all your lifestyle, then who are you going to help? Now it's who are you going to help? It's not who can help you. Of course, along the way, your parent will still help you and things like buying BTO flat, things like that. So now you know it's a cycle. So this last topic is very interesting about securities or defense. So how you defend yourself through proper health care, all these things. I'm not sure, guys, I'm not sure how your teachers in your school will teach you this last topic because it's very liquid and fluid and it's very under the sun. Ne? I'm not sure you all have seen this, especially Pohan. This 5 total defense has been in Singapore for donkey of years. Whoever came out this is total defense. It's very true. First of all, we have like what is this? Antenna, can you read now? Uncle, I'm feeling not very well. Sorry. Can you read this in times of difficult?
In times of difficult moment, every fellow Singaporean must come forward to serve as a good citizen. Show respect to all races and religions, support one another in terms of chaos, calamity, and crisis, so that whenever there's a security threat, then we can respond at the fast time available to prevent a terror or disaster and protect the lives and property of my country, Singapore.
Yeah, so calamity 就是灾难啊。For example, like this calamity, like the New World Hotel disaster. Singapore don't have natural disaster lah. So not like other countries. But we are so good enough that we take care of other countries in Southeast Asia where they do have natural disaster and we go there and help them. Okay, we will definitely go there and help them to ensure that they are well protected, well served. Okay, Rainer, are you at home or your friend's house?
I'm at home.
Okay, thank you. Please turn on your camera. 谢谢. So because of this calamity we do not have, but maybe the only calamity we have is our dear COVID-19. Okay, other than that, it should be not that serious threat lah. Okay, so we are talking about these 5. Digital defense is important, updated on 11/23. So this is instead of 5 total defense, now this is another number 6 total digital defense, which is we're talking about cyber security attack. So let's go one by one. Please take note. Military defense is of course the air, land, and sea, the Singapore Armed Forces. Okay. Right. Next, civil defense is of course our dear friends. We're talking about this Singapore Police Force, or if you can say it, or Singapore Civil Defense Force. Okay. And then economic defense is where we have to protect our currency to ensure our currency are well maintained with the best exchange rate. And of course, economic defense means it allow free trade agreements. Economic defense means we allow import and export to come to Singapore to trade. We allowed countries to come to Singapore not only to trade. Remember 2000, oh my God, 200 years plus ago, Sir Stamford Raffles asked William Farquhar to to open up the Singapore trading hubs to those people to come to Singapore and trade. That is the beginning, the birth of the trading's entrepreneur pot or anthropod or metropolitans or cosmopolitans, where they allowed trading at that time is of course the seaport. But now we got the air, land, and sea, hai lu kong, which is definitely help in terms of not just economy, but because of social defense, which is coming in where you have foreigners. So today I have a celebration of 端午节. I think 端午节 was it yesterday or next, or was it over already? Give me a minute. I'm very OCD. Let me check. Is it 端午节 over already? Oh, next Saturday is 端午节. So today we celebrate 端午节 with my new MP Miss Lee in Yishun Sound. So I was talking to one of my Indian volunteer, and he came from India. Then I asked him, thank you for, in fact, two of his children also my ex-student, and guess what? Indian, no racist, guys. And then the eldest son now working in SAP. It's a very big software company. Before that, he was sent to US to study and got he's representing one of the secondary school in Yishun. He got 7A1. Proud of him because he's from India and he really Pohan, he know nuts about social study that well. So you really well, what he did was every now and then, because he stayed very near to my house, so every now and then I remember when he was a student, he would keep sending a lot of homework of social study, asking me a lot of questions. I love that. And then the sister only a couple of lessons. So the sister are also going to US to study. Why I'm sharing with you this is that because the social defense means that Singapore governments do not 排怀 xenophobia right now, do not xenophobia 就是 against foreigners. 如果没有你们这些 foreigners，不是说你们这边我是在讲 generically speaking 如果没有这些 foreigners 来到新加坡，我们真的完蛋了。Do you know there's a lot of kids who really came to Singapore 的第二代就像你博汉这些第二代是 usually 是第二代。They came in, they'll serve national service, whether the Air Force, whether the Army, the police, or civil defense. Social defense is important because we talk about multiracial harmony right now. Racial harmony. That's why, is it now? Is it every July, Reina? Is it Xingyuan? Is it July we got racial harmony day, right? 是吗？是吧？ When we got racial harmony day 对吗？ Is it Reina? Got racial harmony day, right? I know no lah. They have in school you must wear your costume, right? The racial harmony day. 记得so this is a social defense okay. The last one, the psychological defense, is very important. This is where because a very good example, if you don't believe, is where we are talking about this the COVID-19, where a lot of family at that time was locked down, all cannot come out. If you watch the Li Guohao and Liang Zhiqiang, there's one movie about 榴莲 the durians movie. You understand why it's so tough. During that few years when I was just started as a police officer, I also hear news that some of them locked down, their parents abused their children, the children was being abused and things like that, or the other way around, the adult children abusing their elderly parents when they're locked down, all these things. So psychologically, how? Some of them commit suicide. Some of them family dispute. Some of them don't do a lot of funny things, and that's where we need a lot of these people to go in. But unfortunately, COVID-19, we cannot allow people to go in and just like that. So there's this hotline right now, to ask for help. This cause this what is that one Salvation Army. Yes, Salvation Army right now Pohan. Salvation Army is like hotline to 我想要死大哥Pohan 帮我真的不想活了，我家里的人变态so then 你讲什么事so then you will escalate out to like okay 我不想跟我父母亲住，so 有些就是跑去孤儿院住还是哪里住，okay。So psychological defense is very important because it affect the emotional well-being right now. not only if you affect the emotional well-being, but also affect the entire physical or even spiritual well-being. So take note, So yeah, total defense it begins with all this. You realize these pictures. What is the difference of this picture, Raina? What do you think about this picture?
I think I got a lot of people from different race all in one photo. So I think it shows the racial harmony of Singapore.
I F you. Fine, thank you, ma. F what? I find you. Fine. Joke, okay. But do you know, I got a few students very cute. Can you spot the difference? I want to see how good you are. Okay, Reina, you're right, but do you see there's some difference here? I didn't know until this picture has been shown a few times, many years. So I got students will tell me, Uncle, not fair, leh. I say, why not fair? It's like what you say, Reina, right? You say a lot of people, different race, but the students say not fair. Why not fair? Can you all see why it's not fair? Please look at the picture, guys. Xing Yuan. No, cannot find. Reina can find out. Xing Yuan can find out. Nicole, Itia, Antenna. What do you think, Antenna? Antenna cannot find 不换呢？你骗人的，为什么没有老外？为什么老外？你说multi-racial，为什么没有阿嬷？Reina，你懂吗？他讲为什么没有外国人？阿嬷阿嬷，因为是阿嬷了。The Caucasian. I was like, huh? Yeah, you say multiracial, then how come don't have the other race like from China, yeah, Chinese from China, okay, fair. Malay, we got Indian. How come got no Baba? How come got no other countries? Yeah, excuse me, sorry. These pictures was taken many years ago. Okay, of course, yeah, if I want, I can put one more face here. I got Photoshop one person here, one portion here. Then got one very cute and then 为什么你放一个 uncle 没有放 auntie 啊？那这个不是 auntie 啊，这不是 auntie，auntie 是要头发白白的哦，太 cute 啊。OK，他说，哎，你看这个很登对吗？哦，有两个，这个只有这样不可以，这个可以有这样，哎哇老喂。So very hard to please. Okay, look at this one. Yes. Do you think racial harmony is important? I mean, no need to ask. All of us will agree that racial harmony is very important. If today we don't have racial harmony, today that's it 好像今天板粽子the rice dumping the events in this morning. I got a few Indian friends, and in fact, two of the Indians friends volunteer are really from India who came to Singapore, and now they are Singaporean citizens. I have a Malay kakak, 就是姐姐 she's very old already, and sadly to say, I think last year her husband passed on, and she still come and support us. The only thing Dana and Bohan, 当我们在分发食物的时候，food 它就有一样东西不可以动，就是那个粽子不可以动。你懂为什么吗？因为那个粽子有猪肉，所以我们就叫另外一个华人来分的，说：“哎，打不累啦，sini basoko babi，你懂 babi 就是猪肉我不可以动那个，因为里面有猪肉。哦，fair enough 啊，所以我们就体贴，我们不可以，I don't care。” You better go and give that 巴掌的粽子。I don't care 猪肉 ，no, you still have to give. You are here to volunteer. 我跟你讲，完蛋了，一定打架的，对吗？你讲 Rina. He asked the aunt Kaka, say, no, I don't care. You can get. Then we very understanding. This is racial harmony. I'm very proud of being a Singaporean here. Okay, this one here. Mohan, can you read? While top preventive.
About how preventative and protective measures are in place to reduce a country's vulnerability to transnational terrorists. threats
Threats.
and ensure that acts of transnational terrorism do not take place. Countries should also be prepared to deal with damages or harm brought, brought about by such acts if they occur.
Thank you. Hold on. So Yijia, what you mentioned just now is all here. Let's go. Bohan.
Singapore. First one is emergency preparedness exercises such as exercise heartbeat.
Stop. Okay, every point I stop and explain to all of you. Don't mind. Now, this emergency preparedness exercise is usually conducted by the Singapore Police Force and sometimes the Singapore Armed Forces as well as Singapore Defence Force. So that all together the internal external lah. So where this exercise heartbeat, that means like it can be a scene Nico, a scene inside a MRT, boom, or a scene in a shopping mall, boom, or a scene in a school, something like that. But usually school we don't do that. Okay, or even a polytechnic. I think there's one in the polytechnic. Okay, to show the vulnerability attacked by terrorists, like what Miss Ija mentioned. Number two.
Number two, exercise North Star.
I think they only hold once or twice. That was many years ago. This one was a very big skills. If you Google it, okay, because of that time was a bombing of the Bali and France. So we took a very serious approach because it's like a pattern. They bomb here, bomb there. It's like the next stop is like Singapore. They are not happy that we handle the racial things. Something. Number three.
Chemical, biological, radiological, and explosive.
Yeah, I attend this course in my police force. I tell you, it's damn freaking scary. Okay, you can just in Japan, you know, this crazy guy, they'll put a very white substance or odorless smell substance in the train, and then suddenly the smell start to come out, and then everyone cannot smell anything, then start to feel very giddy, vomiting, fainting, and even some cannot breathe, and then bye bye die. So when you see that, always say, 如果乘客看到有不什么的some unintended package or luggages, please contact the staff immediately, right? So it's very important. So one day, Bohan, when I was doing duty in the police station, I put my bag black color beside the kiosk. Then got this high-ranking officer walk past. Then he look at me and look everywhere. Whose bag is this? Oh, he was very serious. Then I say, Reina, I said, sir, it's my bag. He said, oh, okay. Then can I take a look? Well, you don't trust it. Ask me to open. Then Reina, you know what I do? Boom! I don't scare him. I open out the bag and show him my sweater and everything inside. So you see, even 有时我们自己人都要 check, double check. This one very important, I tell you. Seriously, I think recently one of my police officers sent me a pictures that there's one crazy guy putting a bag somewhere in the MRT. You go and Google it. I'm not sure is it how true it is. Next one.
ASEA defense exercise.
Defense exercise are actually working with other country, like sometimes can be China, Australia, New Zealand, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand. Okay, sea exercise 就是那个空，就是为什么 if I'm not mistaken, this one is more to this 海盗 the pirates. Next one.
International Security Assistance Force.
Yeah, they're coming in this weekend. They call the Shanghai's Shangri-La meet. These are the top security people that they'll come down once a while every year to look at the latest trends of terrorist attack. So you don't look at this nothing, guys. All of you who are watching now, because sometime in your SPQ they'll come out this kind of international security. Then now you know what that means. If the Providence put there International Security Assistance Force, then Uncle Raymond mentioned this before. So this source should be very reliable and useful. And it's not typicality, because this international is really there, where all the top-notch general and high-ranking FBI, whatever, they come in to discuss about security. Number 6.
Afghanistan National Security Forces.
Yeah, over already. Afghanistan is like, okay, this also 1-2 times. So number 7 and 8, you go and Google it and see for yourself, right? Okay, like food security, household. You realize that we don't talk about Itia, Nicole, Xingyue, and Reina, and Bohan and Dana. we don't talk about just cyber security. We don't talk about security of food. If you are staying in I don't know about other parts of Singapore. If you stay in the Yishun this side, Sembawang, they really put this on the rooftop to plant vegetables. You say, oh my God, and they really sell vegetables. Well, I tell you, it's damn hot. Yeah, that time I went out to do some research. I cannot take it. And then you realize this one, the fish farm. Right, Rina, I think your eldest uncle used to do this. Right, remember this one here. Okay, your eldest uncle. I think your daddy, I'm not sure your daddy done this. So please check out. This is good. This self-sustainability right now. Self-sustainability is also about security, Bohan. 不只是单单 cyber security because they can come out these kind of questions. I mean, 你们可能还没有 cover 到这个 topics. So usually you talk, then you see here. Bohan, can you read one more paragraph that says protecting Singapore?
Protecting Singapore against external and internal threats remains key to safeguarding our way of life. We have strengthened our defense capabilities, particularly in digital defense, while building stronger diplomatic ties with partners. The SAF is operationally ready, and the home team works with Singaporeans to keep our neighborhoods safe.
Then here, this one. Okay, thank you. So what Bohan read is this one here. Thank you very much. Next paragraph, can I have Xing Yuan?
Our legal frameworks have been strengthened and updated, enhancing protection for vulnerable members of society. Singaporeans also have greater access to improved digital government services, and the Singapore Together movement was launched, encouraging all to shape Singapore's policy and environment together.
Oh, sorry. I'm a bit daydreaming here, sorry. I was thinking something very important to give all of you later on. So, Nico, later remind me, I got a very important announcement to announce on. Okay, later. Okay, a very important announcement is about the e-gift, e-gift. Okay. Where am I? Okay, so thank you, Xing Yuan. So the legal frameworks is what we are talking about, why we need this, because we not only want to protect the digital government services, but also because these digital services, remember the total defense. One of these, the number 6 defense is digital in defense. If this will be leaked out, it will create not only chaos, but also leads to maybe race and religions problem. Thank you. Xing Yuan, next paragraph, please.
The COVID-19 pandemic highlighted the resilience and spirit of our country. Individuals, households, business, and the communities step forward to partner the government and one another to assist those in need. This review has dedicated a special section to their efforts here.
Okay, sorry, my son is putting something beside her desk. His desk, not her desk, sorry. So yeah, the COVID itself, you can see has really transformed right now. Because of this COVID, as the change, the security has transformed into a new paradigm shift. This COVID-19 also have transfer knowledge from how we handle a pandemic from the past to now because of technology. Remember, Adena and Xing Yuan, we talked about this month, science and technology, transform and transfer. And of course, with this COVID-19, we can see how the transnational, from country to country, help one another to combat COVID-19. One a very good example is where Singapore gave oxygen tank to India. 一个小国一个红点，给一个5000年的历史的一个国家没有氧气，真的是I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. I'm so proud to be a little red dog. Okay, and I'm also very proud. You see, 以前人家看中国是东亚病夫 weakling of the Asians. When people look at China, it's a bunch of idiots who speak lousy languages, who smoke opiums, who their products are like shit. But today, I'm going to F you and tell you, man, guys, the China product is far superior than the rest of the world. And this is what you call, after the COVID-19, before COVID-19, still people think China cannot do this. But during COVID-19, China was able to build this housing for so many people who got COVID within 1 week to build about 10,000 house or 10,000 cubicle to house COVID victims to able to sustain their life and have a proper healthcare system. And look at the bloody Americans, what they did. Some of them don't even want to put their mask. They say that it's my right and freedom. Just get lost and FO for me. Okay, don't go and tell me what to do. And yeah, there are about so many people die. And there's still the whole world say that Wuhan virus. I have to agree that we Chinese eat all kinds of animals. Yeah, that is our life. But why don't they tell them to the Africans and other parts of the countries? But why they always like to attack us as Chinese? So I think COVID-19 has really transformed, transfer knowledge and transnational, meaning that from this COVID-19, we can see how security has changed. And who has the power, the last person to say that we are the best. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, give me a minute. I'm very OCD. Give me a minute, sorry. Read more about the areas such as external and homeland security, government and regulations and Singapore together in the program highlight below. Okay, so look at this one here. In case you have a picture like this for source-based questions, you have to ask yourself, why do you think Singapore has to do that? Number one, if you study geography, you should know that Singapore has land scarcities. That means land is limited. The only place that we can do is vertical growing. Agree not? All of you, Rainer, right? No choice. In fact, government also encourage all the HDB people to have their own sustainability, to plant their own eco farm. You never know when, especially during COVID-19, you see the word transfer knowledge. There are people who went to YouTube to find out, hey, I actually can plant carrots, grow carrots, vegetables, or things, bioponic plants to grow to have sustainability of food. And all these plants will make me more healthy, things like that, can grow chili, all these things, which is because you are forced not to go to the market and buy, unless you go and ask for grab food or grab things. So this is a very big one. I think in China, if I'm not wrong, one of the province got one businessman built about 22-story high to Yangzhou for pig. Pig, no. Oh, cool, right? Okay, write down this, please. Write down. PROPRESS. PROPRESS is stand for preventive, protective, and responsive. You will not see this in your exam. Sorry. You will not see this. I think, I'm not sure whether they change. You will not see this in your textbook, but maybe in a different form. Write down this: preventive, protective, and responsive. Don't mind, today I like to cover this as much as I can to finish up. So next month we'll do more of this. So Nico, don't forget to tell me the important things later. Okay? Done. Let's go for preventive. May I have Ijia read the preventive measure for the first three to preventive here?
Border controls, use of biometric technology and radiographic image. Border controls restricting air travel. Collaboration with other countries.
Okay, so recently preventive measures is like the recent one, the India and Pakistan was having war, right? So they have no choice to prevent the unnecessary like shooting down for those commercial aircraft. So they have to use restricting the air travel, prevents that unnecessary casualty, the innocent life loss. During the Russia and Ukraine war, I think they have mistaken shut down a few airlines, including they suspect one of them is Malaysian Airlines. So they have to collaborate this with other countries so that they allow the air travels to be more safe, to prevent any disaster. Okay, use of biometric technology radio. Okay, count number 1 in the immigrations. Carry on, Itia.
In the immigration clearance process and analysis of cargo vehicles crossing Singapore's borders. Example, the biometric passport contains unique biological data such as fingerprint data, facial image, and passport details on a contactless chip. This helps to detect and identify theft and terrorism, prevents movement of foreign terrorists and materials that can be used to produce explosives into Singapore through the land, sea, and air checkpoints.
And sorry guys, can I check with all of you now? If you have the social study textbook right in front of you or beside you or nearby you, please take it out and check on this. Okay, because this is important. Yeah, I need you to cross-reference with me, whether you have this or not. Okay. If you don't have, sorry, it's okay. It's okay. Don't stress. Take a picture and then please revise later on. Let's talk about please just make sure. OK 哈 Rina OK 如果你有就有没有就不用紧 but 记得OK 这个为什么忽然间想起就像你看我们现在的 passport yeah solid man they can look I see when you go JB right Rina is it true you go JB you don't need a passport you look at your handsome friend handsome face or your fingerprint 包可以进过 go right I heard 不可以我知道你为什么不可以我懂因为你要去 army 所以可能不可以I don't know maybe you ask your mommy and daddy and myself I think can I got one time I scan my face then just fingerprint don't need passport high tech but Malaysia still have okay so these are something that good and of course you see when you go to ICA the immigration custom authority ICA those people will pass through every day every second going to from Johor to Singapore the truck wow they really have to scrutinize 整天就是很详细的去看他们有带毒品来还是 counterbank secret 就是那个冒牌香烟酒啦还有偷渡人都有嘞他把那个人藏在那个下面的那种 truck哇 how they breathe哇很惨嘞还有偷渡那些什么 exotic animals那个蝙蝠那种特别的蛇哇 so you see this is to prevent all these unnecessary to come to Singapore you see why 因为是犯法的那最近我听说那个 vaping 他们带的进来的那些药物the what do you call this the ingredient of the liquid 也是很 high tech 你怎么 high tech 也没有用OK 我们新加坡 Air Police Force 也是更有 high tech to prevent this to come in so that's why criticism against biometric technology and video images is that they feel that not good because they can manipulate 说你懂为什么吗 Antenna 他们会去整容他的脸so that end up 他的脸不一样你懂意思吗 especially 那种他想去整容他的脸 Botox 打针这些 they feel that it's not good so it's not advisable okay we still talking about preventive do we have okay may I have this who Nico no Adela
For example, in USA, there is no fly list with names known or suspected terrorists. Americans outside the USA placed on the list will not be allowed to board any plane back to the US. Non-Americans based in USA will not be allowed to board a plane to return to their home country. This ensures the security of countries and passengers who are traveling by air.
okay sorry whatever you read now anytime in US they can change a policy do you know recently Harvard They are preventing foreigners to study in Harvard. Do you know that or not? You know, right, Pohan? The Donald Trump's you all read, Nicole and Yijian, Rainer and Xin, 你知道吗? Recently, Harvard's prevent foreigners to take out Harvard's degree. And then you must have 6 different criteria, then you can continue in Harvard. So whatever you read now, and then is changes. The government of USA, okay, is always very, I don't know what to say lah. Okay, just to update, that's how it works in their preventive measure. Because of the 911's Twin Tower attack, that time they might change because of this security reason. Next, Adela.
Criticism against restricting air travel. Such restrictions violate the rights of individuals who have the freedom of movement as stated in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Some individuals may be wrongly identified on the list, causing a lot of inconvenience.
So 博翰呢，他在讲什么废话？不是你啊，他在讲什么废话？ The US say, oh, I give you the Statue of Liberty, freedom of speech, freedom of this. Then now you tell me I cannot do this, I cannot do that. Now you tell me because I'm not white. Now you tell me I can change all this air traveling movement because I look like a terrorist. I look like my name is a bit like Muhammad bin something or this. Then you stop me on flying. That's very bloody ridiculous, right? Sorry, this is how it works, Okay, next one, last one. Hello. 这个读了哈，下面。
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Last one, may I have this Nico? Nico 读了哦。Hey, Reina, are you able to read this, please? Thanks. Collaboration with other countries.
Collaboration with other countries. Example is UN Security Council Resolution 1973. Member countries share intelligence on individuals or groups practicing or planning terrorist acts. Country members also take actions against terrorists, necessary for countries to work together as terrorism is global in nature. With enough information, the countries can stop acts of terrorism from being carried out.
Okay, stop
Example
here.
is Singapore.
Bro, stop here. Sorry. I want to explain the first part that you read. If you study history, Reina, do you study the Cuba Missile Crisis? Don't have. Yeah, then I cannot because that time the US attacked Cuba, and Cuba the Castro went to United Nations to complain to the United Nations. So that one is like very funny. They just resolve it just like that. So it's called the CMC. Since you're not talking about that, so it's like to the Cuba is like the US is like a terrorist. They go in and attack the Bay of Pigs. Really pigs are PIGS. PIGS, yeah, the Bay of Pigs there where the US bombed Cuba because US suspect Cuba got missile attacking Florida, USA. And then the Russian also accused US to put missile near the Turkey border. So here that is where they want to prevent one another. So they come out with resolution and so, okay, you move out your missile away from Cuba, I move out away my missile from Turkey. That's what I meant here. Next paragraph, please. Reina.
Example is Singapore collaborates with ASEAN countries, the ASEAN Counterterrorism Workshop, where countries exchange best practices to enhance counterterrorism in the region. Another example is Singapore is also a member of the Container Security Initiative. It screens to identify and target high-risk American-bound containers and pre-screen them before they are shipped to ports in USA. This helps to prevent any terrorist plan against USA, keeping it safer.
I tell you what, guys, please take note of this one CSI. It came out before in one of this SPQ, I think. Okay, this is important, the container. Why? Because Singapore act as a free trade agreement with US. So sometimes some product from country that is not with FTA with will go to Singapore. So Singapore, because US trust Singapore, the top security, professionalism, expertise. A stupid dog again. So they have a very high tech to screen to make sure that all these are well taken care of before they land on the soil in USA and start to become a terrorist in USA. Thank you. So look at this one here. Let me talk about this picture a bit, okay, before we, in fact, there got a lot of slides. Okay, we'll stop here, this one. So first of all, trade and commerce, identity, ideology, and climate change. This part here is got to do with chapter 8, 9, and 10. So the territory that we have, the geopolitical and conflict of war, and this is where chapter 11 comes in. So with this 11, we talk about physical destruction, which is land property, the infrastructure. Human displacement, because we want to displace like the human rights people. Example, some certain race, okay, like in the Taliban of Afghanistan. Food control, yes, there are certain food that control that. Example, North Korea, or even last time in Vietnam. You know, Vietnam, 20 years ago, they do not have McDonald's. Okay, or certain food that is from America, or even in Korea, they also ban certain food from USA, I think. Food has weapon or of war. Of course, you know, our dear friend North Korea will use this, or even countries like what we call this wait, I might want to say give me a minute, let me few seconds. Like last time like Vietnam, even Cuba. Yeah, Cuba is one of them, because Cuba, you know, Cuba has the best cigar in the world. So they will use food to exchange and things like that. So because US take Cuba has, so very sad, Arena, because he did not study CMC. I don't know why they keep changing the history textbook. Damn sickening. So um they want to exchange like Cuba cigar and other Cuba products. So US banned certain things because Cuba cannot trade with US, right? So they use this product to trade with other country like Russia. Okay, for weapons. So that is where they can embargo. You know, embargo 就是 prevent 他们进货去那个国家。Okay, Bohan, Bohan, embargo, EMBAROGO, embargo. And then, of course, with the food insecurity, what happens? The food availability, the food access, the food utilization, and food stabilities, all will be affected because of security reason. Now, food availability means that certain foods, whether they get allowed, like for example, during COVID-19, Singapore, I'm not sure we will come on these kind of questions. You know, during COVID-19, Singapore has a very high price for eggs coming in from Malaysia. Right, because the access, because of the high price, then the utilization drop and the food stability drop. That's why 你要吃茶粿条 with 鸡蛋，还是吃你的半生熟的鸡蛋，还是你要饭炒蛋 then you will affect. And because of this effect, you will affect your this total defense, the total fight defense. Why? Very simple. Psychologically, people feel that Singapore is not good enough to negotiate a price for egg. Just the egg, very funny. Next, they will affect the economy, obviously, right? All the prices will go up. And I remember there was one that there's no egg. They use synthetic or funny different types of egg to replace or organic eggs or what eggs that is not eggs but look like egg to cook in my cha guo tia and carrot cakes. Very funny. But this is thing of creativities. So you realize that if they are talking about structure response questions like foods and security in like this, all these things, like 1, 2, 3, 4, physical, human food control, I think these two are very important. Why? Very simple, Mohan. A hungry man is an angry man, 对吗？ So 食物对我们就是生存。记得那个 Maslow theory, MASLOW, the Maslow theory, the first basic need is food. Without food, people go for war. So we stop at that part there. Coming to here. Okay, let's do the first question, Ken. We still have to do the first questions. The first question is about this one here. Okay, if you want to read again this one here, okay. So study source A. What can you infer about Singaporeans' attitude towards people with special needs? Explain your answer. Okay, we still got about 15 minutes, so we do these questions, then we end it the day, all right? I want to see how you give two inference. Remember, it's supposed to be two inference, huh? Not one inference. Thank you. Yo, wait. Okay. What can you infer about Singaporeans' attitude towards people with special needs? Explain your answer. Okay, I send the source A to you as well as the background information already. So you have to give me the best. The best is two inference. So I think last week we mentioned that not willing to share with public space with the special needs is 11%. Willing to share public space but not interact with them is very high, 64. Willing to share public spaces and interact with the special needs committee, 21%. Likely to take the initiative to engage with special needs committee. Wow. So all in all, it's about 70% or 75%, they are not willing to interact with special needs at all. Do you think it's a good thing? I don't think so. So please give this, to me, it's negative. Give me two inference. I come back to you. I'm going to take something. Thank you, Reina. I'm going to put your answer in the bottom here. Why can you infer that Singapore have a neglecting attitudes toward people with special needs? This can be seen from the majority of 64% are willing to share public space with the special but not interact them. This tells or this suggests to me that majority of Singapore's often neglects or shun SHUN 博汉 shun 博汉不见了 where's 博汉啊博汉不见是吗等一下真的不见掉 Okay, sorry, I don't know where you go to. SHUN, Sean. Do not care about the presence of feasible expression and do a positive image. And do not have a positive image, you said, Rena. And do not have a positive image and instead have a slightly negative image. Is it do not have of the people with special needs? How come you only give me one inference? One inference.
I cannot think of the second one.
So is it and do not and do what? What I mean and do a positive image? Do not care about the presence of people of
Oh,
special.
and I want to say and have a positive image instead of a and have a slightly negative image.
So this one I have I don't get you. Is it like that? Correct and have a positive image instead of okay. Thank you. Let me hold on and stop sharing now. Where is 博汉啊？都不见掉啊。Okay lah, sorry, I still have to continue. Okay, what about the rest? Please submit your answer now. Okay, thank you, Rina. Who is next? Oh, 新元啊。She has said that I can infer from the source A. Please put a capital A, please, not small a. That Singapore are not willing to interact with people. The source show that there is 11% Singaporeans are not willing to even share public space with the special needs committee, 44%. Okay, wow, that's so long. Hey, you don't need to quote until so long. They all put in. No need. Too long already, the inference. are willing to interact with people. This shows that most Singaporeans do not care about the special needs community, and they are only to tolerate, they are not ready to tolerate, not only. They are only to tolerate the special needs communities instead of really caring for them and integrating them into their life by interacting with them. I don't get this part. Singaporeans do not care about the special needs community, and they are only to tolerate, or they are only here to tolerate. They can only not they can only to tolerate the special needs communities at certain level of commitment. But instead of really caring for them and integrating them into the society, into their life by interacting with them. Therefore, I can infer that from source A, still only one inference, that Singapore are not willing to interact the special needs at all, by all means. Thank you. Who's next? Hey, what happened to Bohan? Come on, please submit your answer, please. The ladies, it's 9:32. Okay, while you're submitting, in case Nico forget, there will be a e-card sent to your handphone soon for a gift by Uncle Raymond. Is a $10 voucher. If you do not have handphone, too bad. So once I send to your handphone, please take a look. It'll be coming soon to your handphone. So I think all of you, I have your handphone except Bohan. Next Sunday, there will be no tuition, no Zoom, because I'll be having my police duty at night. So I'll be postponing it to next Tuesday, the June Tuesday, after your O-level. Hey, Rainer, your Chinese O-level is Tuesday, right? Tuesday, morning of course. Okay. Morning what time? 8
I think I need to come at like 8:30.
8:30 paper 1 and 2, right? Okay. Are you done, Nicole? Ijia and Antenna, have you sent your answer already? To me, both Rainer and Xingyuan is about 3 to 4 marks out of how many? This one is how many marks? 5 marks. Okay. Oh, you just sent already. Thank you. I can infer that Singapore are not fully inclusive towards the special needs committee. Source A shows as before, blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's the code. Yeah, the code up to here is just nice. No need too long. No need to quote until that long, please. Don't. This shows that although most Singaporeans accept the presence of people with special needs, few are opens. Okay, I would prefer that you put few Singaporeans will be better. Are open to build relationship and to actively engage with. Who is the them? Do not put like that, please. You have to put special needs. Never put them. Okay. Special needs. Therefore, I can infer that Singapore are not fully inclusive toward people with special needs. Thank you for 3 to 4 marks. Who's next? Oh my goodness, Antenna, you're writing an essay. 这么长. Okay, 2 inference is it? Huh? Athena, yeah, Athena. Sorry, mommy. Yeah, Athena. Not antenna. Yes, I know. Funny, mommy. Okay. Hey, give me a minute. I need to put Athena down here. Hey. What the Athena says. Okay, but the Singaporeans are not inclusive. Okay, this is still again the quote. Willing to share space, but okay, good. This is a code here. Very good. At least I put these are code marks. This suggests Singapore are not inclusive to especially because majority of Singapore are not willing to interact with. I like the word you use, majority. Well done. With them, we are to interact with majority of Singaporeans are not willing to interact with them, which restrict the special needs community from blending into the society. Well said. I can also infer that Singapore. Okay, so this is the second one, right? Second inference. So please, when you use the word also, so this is the second you're telling. Or you can put that as also. Okay, also that would be better. Also, I can infer. So this one don't put here. You put here, okay? Right. Also, I can infer that Singaporeans do not have an open attitude. Oh, wow, towards existing. Wow, that is a good one. As seen from the okay, we cannot quote the same again, if possible. Don't quote the same. We have to use another example. So this one not acceptable by right. We have to use another example will be the one, the other two. The other two example. Remember, Athena? The other we got 4, right, Athena? This suggests that Singaporeans do not have an open attitude towards assisting the special need, toward assisting. Wow. The blend to society has majority of Singaporeans are not willing to interact with them, which discriminates. Who is the them? Don't ever do that. No more them. Must be very specific. Okay, truly effective. Wow. Full marks. As usual, I don't really give full marks, but okay lah. 4 to 5 marks. Well done. Athena. Cannot say antenna. Athena. Thank you, Athena. Who else have not given to me? I think Nico, right, Nico? Nico, your turn, Now, once Nico submit, then we call it a day. Thank you. Yeah, I think, yeah, Athena, well done. Athena, very good. Oh my God, Nico. Oh dear. Okay, we still have to wait for you. I'm so sorry. Can you do the control V or control C to back check your type your words? I'm not sure can or let's say. Rina can or let's say then I type control Z. Then I type hello. Then I cancel. I don't think so, right? I don't think so. Okay, so we had done the first part of 5 marks inference questions. But if they ask you why, that means you must put the purpose, which is a 6-mark answer, okay? So as I say, you can see why Athena putting 2 inference compared to Xingyuan, Yijia, and Rainer. You only got 1 inference. So it would be advisable to use 2 inference. But Athena, you use the same inference twice. And by right, you should not get full marks already. So you have to use the other one. Maybe the second one will be this one here, which is okay. You maybe can use these 2 already. Just now you use this one as first inference, right? And then on here. By right, no need, no. You can use the first inference on this, and then second inference on this, the third inference on this, the fourth inference on this. Okay, so don't need to use so much, especially you don't use too many. Okay. Don't write, not say not too many, sorry. Don't quote, don't use too many sentences for your quote. Too long already. Nothing wrong, but sometimes you might use the second quote like what Athena did, okay? You cannot use the same. Okay, Nico, are you ready to send your answer? You sleep under the light. Come. Ask you to follow on the platform, please. Okay, Nico? Thank you, Nico. Thank you very much. I can infer that most Singaporeans, okay, capital S, Singapore are willing to share space with, but not the internet. Then source A, capital against A. This one capital S. Source A shows but not to interact. Yeah, I can give you marks, but don't it's not this implies usually we don't nothing wrong with this, but it would be better to do this. Okay, Nico, this suggests that Singaporeans are not willing are not showing a full positive attitudes and caring heart towards the special needs people. Okay, so there'll be 3 to 4 marks as usual. Okay. Okay, it's very late. Thank you so much. Next Sunday we will not have any SS, and you will be waiting for me, waiting from my this gift card soon to send to all of you, and also I'll be giving a timetable for next month's exam period. Okay.